This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, the advanced ATP is the one of the core innovation. As you know, the best functionality of the availability check is to check whether requested quantity is available on the requested customer requested date by considering all the incoming supply and on-hand inventory. So functionality perspective, there are not SAP did not do major changes, but there are one code change where we're supposed to enable the advanced ATP. And I'm not sure whether you know or not, the advanced ATP requires the separate license for the clients. So advanced ATP is not part of the enterprise management license, S4HANA enterprise management license. So keep that point in mind. So this is the today's agenda, just to go through the overview of product availability concept. What are the different transactions where the product availability check can be carried out under the Himanshu, are you there? Hello? Himanshu, are you there? Are you able to hear me? Naveen, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Himanshu, I guess we can't hear you, Himanshu. Can you please rejoin once?
The internet got disconnected. No, okay, he's able to hear us, but we're unable to hear you, Himanshu. Yeah, because I got message like you left from the meeting.
Hello.
Yes, Himanshu, are you able to hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. Yeah, I got message like you left from the meeting. Seems I think some internet disruption from your end.
Not sure. Okay. Now, can you hear me now, right? Properly?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We'll go through the important features of availability check and important configuration elements so that are required to enable the ATP check during different transactions. Then we can see the system demo.
Okay.
You're able to see the screen, right? Still?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear. Yeah.
Okay.
See.
You can see. I think you also pretty much know how the availability check will be carried out from the functionality perspective. So pretty much system will consider the incoming supply elements and on-hand inventory to check whether inventory is available or not and the requested delivery date during sales order process or contract or reservation or production order or wherever. If inventory is available, then system will confirm, then ship the inventory to the customers. If you see the screens, there are different elements like sales order step, shipping step, warehouse stocks. Okay, that includes both on-hand inventory and incoming supply and customers. Okay. See, here are the major transactions where the availability check need to be carried out, but again it depends on the business requirements.
Okay.
In sales orders or outbound deliveries. But other like planned orders, production orders, or STRs, STOs, reservations, again, contract is optional. So I'll tell you why contract is optional. Okay. Normally, the main purpose of contract is to make some agreement with customers from the quantity perspective. Sometimes customers may request whenever they are buying in bulk, customers may request the clients to give the stock at the lower price. Okay. That is the main purpose. It could be a value contract or a quantity contract. Quantity is based on the quantity, or value contract is based on the value of the inventory. But based on my experience, we proposed a contract to allocate the inventory. Okay, where we are unable to fulfill the business requirement based on existing ECC allocation or APO product allocation. Okay, so that's why I included the contract option also. So in that case, we need to enable the ATP check at the schedule and category that is associated with item category of the contracts. Okay. And other transactions, sales orders anyway is required for all inventory materials. Most of the clients will follow the same rule to check outbound delivery, ATP check again in the outbound delivery, because, for example, if there is a time gap between sales order and creation of the delivery, then there are some situations where inventory will run out because of inventory adjustments as part of the counting. So business don't want to lose customers in the last minute while creating the delivery. So that's why it's better to enable ATP check at the outbound delivery as well. So that system will check whether inventory is available or not while creating outbound delivery. If inventory is available, delivery will be created. And if inventory is not available, the delivery creation will be stopped. Then users will check the inventory, what happened to the existing inventory that was confirmed in the sales order. Okay. Planned orders and production orders, is the integration with the production at the component level ATP check for all the bill of materials. Then STRs and STOs, again, it requires availability check, and you are transferring from one plant to another plant internally. Reservation is another option where inventory will be separated. But again, the major reservation also can be provided sometimes based on the allocation perspective, but it's not a customer based. Okay. If any time clients wants to separate some inventory from the regular unrestricted stock for the high customers purpose, so reservation is one of the option. So this is also same. So I provided reservation is one of the solution option where business don't want to use the APO product allocation.
So when you say planned order, meaning during the creation of planned order, ATP check is carried out, or
during creation of the planned order?
Okay, so if there is a availability of stock, then it will not create planned order.
It requires the component level ATP. Okay. The planned order and production order is component level ATP for the bill of materials.
Okay, so in that case, what is the system response if there is available stock?
The transaction will not be created. A transaction will be unconfirmed.
Okay, so it will not create planned order, huh?
You will, again, it depends on the requirement. If business don't want to create the planned order, if inventory is not available, transaction can be stopped, or create the planned order, keep unconfirmed. Okay. Then whenever inventory is available, confirm the planned order, then proceed with production order.
Okay, so it can do both ways. Okay.
It can do both ways. Yeah. Again, reservation is another option where inventory can be segregated for high priority customers.
Okay.
Again, during reservation also, when you are segregating or separating inventory from unrestricted stock, then system will check the availability.
Hmm.
If you don't have on-hand inventory, then you cannot reserve the stock, right? So that is the purpose. So these are the predominant transactions where availability check will be carried out. Different modules perspective.
Okay.
You can see these are the major features you can go through. One is the scope of check. This is a transaction where we can define how the availability check should be carried out. That includes, the scope of check includes all incoming supply or different types of the stocks, whether you want to include or not. Say, for example, you have sometimes blocked stock or restricted stock, unrestricted stock, transit, stock in transit, or reserve stock. These are the different types of stocks. So what kind of stocks should be included to carry out the ATP check? So normally, we don't include restricted stock or blocked stocks. And reservation stock also, because reservation stock, the intent of reservation stock is for high priority customers, not for regular customers. In that case, these three elements like blocked stock, restricted stock, or reservation stock will not be included in the regular scope of check. Again, from incoming supply perspective, whether clients wants to include incoming supply, that includes planned orders or PRs or STOs to confirm the sales orders. When inventory is not available, on-hand inventory is not available. Again, some clients will consider the incoming supply elements to include in the sales order availability check. Some clients don't. But most of the clients, because whenever incoming supply is in scope or coming into the plant in 1 or 2 days, so obviously clients don't want to miss the customers.
Yeah.
So that's why there is another way how you can include. Yeah. So that defines the scope of check. So what kind of stocks and what kind of incoming supply can be included or excluded for the scope of check during transaction process. I think we have separate transactions. I think we can discuss also. Yeah. So let's move on then. I think we have fixed everything. Scheduling will be discussed in the next slide. And segmentation, I'm not going to cover as part of the session, as part of the product availability check, because we are going to cover as part of the separate topic.
Okay.
Segmentation. Check levels, like at what level the ATP check can be performed. That could be at the material, plant, storage location, batch level. Those are the standard. Nothing different from the ECC perspective. Okay. And replenishment lead time is the another key word in availability check. It is the time that is required to procure the product from the suppliers or produce the product internally whenever is required to confirm the stock during sales order process.
Okay. And
a calculation of availability stock means, anyway, it is again standard way how the ATP quantity will be confirmed. Okay. System will look what is the on-hand quantity and how much is the incoming quantity. Are there any existing sales orders that are confirmed? Okay. Then system will calculate based on 3 elements. What is the remaining availability check, availability quantity that can be confirmed for other orders. And other one is the temporary quantity assignments. I think you must heard about this one from APO, TQS. Okay. The same. Why I use I put these words, Himanshu. Sometimes if APO consultants definitely must understand about TQA. Okay. But people who work on SD, they don't know, because EC side we don't have this option, temporary quantity assignment. We don't have that word also. We never heard. Okay. So when creating a sales order, the system log the inventory against the simulation requirement for that order. As long as the user in the transaction, then that stock is blocked. Okay, so if you're creating sales order with 5 quantity, the temporary quantity assignment will be created during runtime for 5 quantity. Once sales order gets saved, the TQA will be deleted. That is the concept in IPO. The same exists in advanced ATP as well.
Okay, so during the creation of sales order, during that time it will be logged, huh? That amount of
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you work on GATP?
Very little actually, not too much.
Yeah, I think GATP side, sometimes the TQS will be blocked even after saving the sales order because of inconsistency or because of some high volume data and everything. So that time we have separate transaction where we can delete the TQS.
Okay.
If TQS exists, then the inventory will be consumed 2 times. One is against sales order, one is against TQA.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So other one is delivery groups. This is another core functionality ECC side as well. But earlier the delivery group functionality can work integration of GATP also, where for example, location substitution, right? Where the quantity can be confirmed from multiple plants if one plant is unable to fulfill the requirement.
Yeah.
Some clients may ask, no, I don't want to get different shipments. Okay, but ensure all quantity shipping together from the same plant.
Okay.
That means, for example, you are creating sales order with 5 different materials. 3 materials, these are the different plants, right? Okay. If you don't use delivery group, system will go and confirm the quantity from the plant wherever it is available.
Okay.
That will cause multiple shipments to the customers.
Yeah.
But sometimes client may ask, no, I don't want to ship multiple times one order to the customers. Please ensure all materials should be available in the one plant, wherever.
Okay.
So in that case, we will use the delivery group. The delivery group option ensures to ship all materials together from the same plant.
And if there is no stock, then in that plant,
then order will not be confirmed.
Okay.
But again, so this requirement also clients will not use for every material, whatever they are shipping to the customers. There are some important or some important materials or some highly demanded customers. And delivery options, we have different options. I think we have a separate slide. We can discuss there. Okay. You can see the screen here. The screen is exactly same to scope of check transaction in ECC.
Yeah.
You can see it will be right. We have the different types of stocks that can be included in scope of check. Safety stock, stocking transfer, quality inspection stock. Again, some clients will use the quality inspection stock also because anyway stock is in the plant, but it requires some time to clear the quality inspection.
Okay.
Then incoming, whether you want to include shipping notifications or only purchase requisition, purchase orders, or plan orders and production orders. So exclude means system don't consider plan orders for production orders for this combination of checking group and checking rule. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Again, whether you want to include reservations or dependent requirements. So these are the screen with the different options, how you want to control the scope of check.
So which one is the unrestricted stock?
No, we don't have unrestricted. Unrestricted stock is available by default for ATP.
By default, okay.
Yeah. So these are the additional parameters that you want to include or not along with unrestricted stock. for the confirmation purpose. The scheduling again is another topic. It exists in ECC as well as APO GATP, but APO GATP has more flexibility. We have normally two different kind of scheduling to determine the material availability date based on requested delivery date. One is the backward scheduling, other one is the forward scheduling. So how it works? So when you're creating sales order by entering requested delivery date and material and quantity, system will consider first your pick pack time, transit time, okay, and loading time. Then the system will calculate backwards to determine the material availability date, whether inventory is available or not. Say for example, your transit time, the pick pack time, loading time will take 3 days. Okay.
Yeah.
But your customer is requesting the product tomorrow. Your transit time itself is 2 days, right? Then you cannot ship to customer tomorrow. Okay. In that case, system will check the backward. Like tomorrow's date is 7th, right? Then minus 2 days, it will goes to yesterday. Okay. So your backward scheduling date is determining beyond the current date. It's going past to the current date. So you cannot determine the material availability date in the past. Then system will go with forward scheduling. Okay. Tomorrow 7th plus 2 days transit time and 1 day pick pack loading time, 3 days, and 10th is the delivery date and when the inventory can be shipped to the customer location. Okay.
Is there option of partial delivery also, or late delivery?
Yeah, we have a partial delivery also. That will come in the next slide.
Okay.
So yeah, system will check by considering all the times backward first. The system is able to determine date as of current date. System will determine the date, then proceed to confirmation. For example, if date is determining today material is available, I can ship out to the customer. If it's going beyond today, to pass to the today, then system will go with forward scheduling, calculate the material availability date and delivery date. So these are the times you can see how it goes backward. If backward fails, system will go with forward scheduling to confirm the final delivery date when the inventory can be shipped to the customer.
Where do we maintain all these dates? Pick, pack, loading, transport, the time?
Low transit time we can maintain in the route. Okay. Pick pack time we can maintain the shipping points from ECC side.
Okay.
But the APO side, we have more flexible configuration to maintain all these durations. Okay. We have a separate transaction where we can maintain the condition records. But when you come to the advanced ATP, remember the scheduling integration with the TM is not yet completed, not yet delivered by SAP. That we are waiting.
Oh, with transportation management. Okay.
So then everything will be integrated with TM to determine all the durations and final material availability date.
Okay, so we'll see later this, right? Where these
we'll see that later.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you mean as part of the training?
Yeah.
A training I can show normally how we maintain EC side, but TM integration we don't have it.
These pick pack loading dates.
Yeah, that I can show you where we can maintain them, those timings. You can see here different delivery options. These are 3 different options. One is a one-time delivery. One-time delivery means system will check how much quantity can be confirmed and delivered based on the requested delivery date. Okay? That means, for example, if you are creating a sales order with 100 quantity, but only 70 is available, then 70 will be shipped and 30 will be ignored.
Okay.
But even I saw 1 or 2 clients also, so they don't want to commit the quantity in future. Okay, so if I have this much quantity, so I can ship out to the customer. And the complete delivery means system try to confirm the quantity fully on the requested delivery date.
Okay.
For example, if order is creating with 100 quantity, system tries to confirm 100 quantity. If 100 quantity is not available on the requested delivery date, system will confirm in the future with a forward scheduling. Okay? That is another option. And third option is the delivery proposal. Means if 100 quantity is available, today is available 70, and remaining 30 is available in 2 different dates. System will confirm all the different dates to meet the sales order requirement. That is 100 quantity. So this is the where the partial delivery will come into the picture. System will determine the dates first with the quantity, then deliveries will be created as per those dates. Any questions on this one, Himanshu?
So delivery proposal checks determine multiple partial deliveries and okay. No, it's clear here.
Yeah. Again, this is all the same. We have same thing in ECC as well as in GATP side.
Okay.
But GATP side, again, it controls based on ECC configuration only.
Right. Yeah.
If you see, I put the screenshots here where the availability check can be enabled or activated. One is at the requirement class level and schedule line level, where you need to enable availability check. And the checking group should be maintained material level. Again, whether you don't want to check ATP, then you can create a separate checking group with no check. Okay. And other one is the delivery item category level, whether you want to enable or not. So here it will give a little bit confusion. Field name itself, availability check off. Okay. Here blank means enable the ATP.
Okay.
And yeah, this is the core step from advanced ATP perspective, where we need to enable the advanced ATP at the checking group level.
Okay.
So this is the new functionality. See, all these 3 steps: requirement class, delivery item category, schedule line category, and material level, that is existing in ECC as well. But this is the new step in advanced ATP to enable at the checking group level. I think don't confuse with these values. These are from old screenshots from 1909. But I created the different values. Maybe you may see the different value in the system.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can see the system demo. So any questions, Himanshu, so far?
That's good for now.
Okay. Let's see the configuration.
This is 2020 system, huh?
Yeah, this is a 2020 system. That's what Naveen prepared the system. If you want, you can. It's also important sometimes to the people where we can verify which version it is. You go this product version, right? Where you can go install product versions. You can see on premise.
Yeah.
So here you can see all the versions for each component.
Right. So AATP, do you use Fiori apps also, or?
Just for availability check, no, but we are using for other functionalities.
Okay.
Go to SPRO, where you have the cross application components.
Yeah.
So you have here separate node, advanced availability promise. Here you can see product availability check.
Okay.
Here the first step is define business scenario for the availability check. That is the checking rule. So these checking rules are the predefined, and these values also hard coded in the programming as far as SAP standard. So if you are creating anything new, that we need to do something coding. Okay.
Okay.
Normally we use A for sales orders, B for delivery, all other purpose for PP checking rule or for replenishment. But I created one for STO here.
Okay.
But still it can be controlled with configuration. Because sometimes based on some requirement, okay, business requirement, we may need to create a different checking rule. I'll give you one example. Normally we use unrestricted stock for the availability check, okay, to define the scope of check. That scope of check can be defined based on checking group and checking rule. But there are some cases, okay, based on certain document types. Okay. Document types in the sense like EDA orders or any online orders, whatever. Business want to include quality inspection as well. Okay. Then you cannot control one. You cannot control the functionality with one checking rule. Okay. In that case, you can define a different checking rule and enable the quality inspection stock. Then based on some criteria, make the custom logic to determine the checking rule.
Okay.
So that's how APO side also I used to do a couple of enhancements like that.
So it's more
then
like a custom
ECC,
enhancement.
yes, custom enhancement. ECC will determine the checking rule, then pass to APO to determine the scope of check.
So there must be some Bardi or something, right? We can use. Or...
We are using like this, yeah.
Okay.
That is the checking rule. Then define availability check group. This is the checking group. Okay. So here I created ZZ for advanced ATP for our training purpose and enable the advanced ATP. If it is inactive, then advanced ATP is not enabled.
Right. Okay.
You can see this total sales requirement, delivery requirements, everything is similar to ECC, but here no pack. If you don't want to execute any ATP for any one of the check group, you can check this one like this. For example, NC, right? So no pack check. So this checkbox should be checked, and it is inactive. But in ECC side, we don't have this option. We have a checking group called KP. That means no availability check.
So this can help us basically, like for some materials we can put.
Correct, we can put because where you don't want to run the ATP.
Okay. So we can have like other features of ATP but not AATP. Huh? Or
availability check is the primary one, right? If you are not doing ATP, then no point doing other functionalities, right?
So in a material, if I don't check the box, right, for ATP check, then I'll simply not check it, right? Then why would I create so many line items here?
This one?
The inactive ones I'm trying to understand. Why would I?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, SAP delivered the actions like this. Okay, different checking groups. These are the different checking groups. Okay.
Okay.
Because sometimes we may need to create different checking groups to control the different business requirements. Okay, then you decide whether it requires advanced ATP or not.
Okay, that's fine.
This is our value. You can keep in mind. Okay. So here you can define the checking group and enable the advanced ATP. This is the core step actually. Okay. Then configure default values for availability check group. Here you are assigning your checking group to your material type and the plant. So yeah, you need to remember these values also. These are the 3 plants that are already defined. Okay. I created actually. Always I prefer to create new values in Himanshu because if I'm using standard, right? Multiple people are using those values. They can change the value configuration left and right. Then getting some error, then our time will be wasted. So that's why always I created a complete setup, the document types, categories, and everything. But I'm not going through that configuration, but that is a different path. Okay. Yeah, these are the 3 plants we are going to use. Okay. And I assigned our checking group is easy. Okay. Then configure scope object. 1 minute, Himanshu. Yeah. Sorry, kids are shouting. Hello?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I told you, right? The scope object defined based on availability check and checking rule. You can see here, I did not include any safety stock, any stocking transfers, but I included purchase requisition, purchase orders. And also included, I did not include any reservations, but included stock transport requirements. For example, okay. You have option here. You want to include STR and STO or only STOs? Okay. Including both. Okay. But I excluded plan orders and production orders. We can check in every scenario. Okay. So
yeah, we can change it and test other things you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, quality inspection stock is not included, right? So then maybe next session we can post some inventory to the quality inspection. We can enable it, then we can check. But this
maybe,
is the place.
Maybe the planned order is an interesting one actually.
Planned order, yeah, planned order I did not prepare the data also yet. Okay. So yeah, and also this is another important. I need to prepare the data. As of 1909, the component level ATP check is not released. That means the integration with production is not ready in advanced ATP. But it is available in 2020. It is like a multi-level ATP check in APO, GTP. Yeah. So that I need to prepare the data. So SAP says it is delivered. We need to check that option as well, how it works. Okay. So save it. Then define procedure by requirement class. So this is the way you are enabling ATP check at the requirement class level. Is a regular order requirement or a make to order, whatever requirement class you are using. But I can show you where we can define. Again, it may need in array also. Okay. So GTP consultants always coordinated with SD consultants to define the requirement types and requirement classes and respective assignments. Okay. So here also I think pretty much they will follow, because APO consultants who are moving to advanced GTP, they don't know where to define the requirement class and requirement type. Right. And associated requirement assignments. But when it comes to APO, they know how to play with them. Okay. So I think here also, I think their roles pretty much they will continue. But if you know both, for example, me, I can define both, right? But again, it depends on that team structure in the project. Yeah, these are some of the important steps. We go sales activities. So here you can define the requirement class and type. So earlier you can enable only ATP check. Here also you can define availability check. You can activate, but you can define the requirement type also. Also it has it comprises many other functionalities that is required for make to order or config to order. And the other one is the requirement type. These also can be differentiated by different transactions, make to order versus CTO versus regular orders. And you can assign the requirement class to the requirement type here.
Okay.
Then assign the requirement type at the item category level based on the MRP type. Again, this MRP type can be MRP group can be assigned in the material. So this is the assignment, how requirement type tied to the item category. The requirement type will be determined during the sales process for other transfer of requirements or in case of make to order scenario.
Okay. So by item category, okay.
Yeah. Default settings. Yeah. So this is another important one. This is our setup. Sales automation, divisions, and distribution channels. So this is the place where you can control. I showed you, right? Complete delivery, one-time delivery, and everything. So here we can control how you want to.
Okay. So C means complete. Okay. Delivery.
C means delivery proposal.
Okay.
B means full delivery. A means one-time delivery. So these are the different options actually. Normally we'll play with ABC only most of the time.
Okay. So for every sales area, okay, so it's by sales area. Okay.
By sales area. Yeah. Yeah. And other important step is, but pretty much these steps will be carried out or can be defined by SD consultants Himanshu.
Okay.
Other place where you need to enable the ATP check at the schedule and category level. So you can see the availability check checkbox. CP is the regular standard one which we are using. CN means no ATP check. Okay. CV means standard way is both. I think somebody unchecked it. CA, CP normally we'll use both. CV for requirement purpose only, not for ADP, for transfer of requirement. But again, these are the check boxes, then people can define in their own way as per the requirement.
Okay.
And item category level, it will be right whether you want to enable ATP or not. I told you. The blank means check availability.
Okay.
X or Y, either no ATP at the delivery level.
Okay.
And configure availability check reaction to the delivery block. How it controls, sometimes the orders will be blocked for delivery, right? In that case, whether you want to confirm the inventory or not, it can be controlled. Even I saw in APO earlier also, I mean EC said, the client don't want to confirm the stock order is in the delivery block. But again, it is rare cases, but we have the option to control.
This is like a reason, right? Like if it is for some reason blocked, right? Like political reason, this and that. So they can create their own reasons, right? Based on this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are the important configuration that is required from the sales side perspective. Okay.
Okay.
So Then let me show you the material which I create and where I put the availability check. This is the material 199. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there a document on this, like setup document or something?
I think Navin will provide you the standard materials, Imanshu.
No, in the sense like this basic setup, right? I don't know with your, I mean, with screenshots that you might have, or maybe help.sap somewhere, you know, because sometimes what happens is we get a.
And everything.
I'm sorry.
You mean you are asking how to create material?
No, not material, not these. Like the set, like SPRO settings, only SPRO.
SPRO settings, Navin will provide you that PDF documents. It has everything.
Yeah, like let's say we have a blank system, right? We usually when we go to a project, right, it's a complete blank S4 system, right? Nothing is configured.
This system also blank system only. I did the setup.
So that setup document is what I'm looking for.
Okay. Yeah, Navin will give you those documents, Imanshu. And these are the recordings are important for you to refer.
Yeah. No, materials, all these I've done PPDS. So,
Correct. Yeah. Oh, you have done PPDS as well. Here we go to the sales general plan data. So where I maintain the availability check here. Then if I go to MRP, where you can see MRP type here, which I assign to the item category, right, to determine the requirement type. Then you know the MRP controller and everything, right? Normally we'll use. If you go to MRP 3, these are the some of the timings which influence the availability check. I'm not sure. If it is in-house production, how many days it will take, and the system will calculate based on this timing scheduling. Okay. So if it is procurement, it will consider GR processing time, planned delivery time, and everything. So it will push those dates based on these timings also. Again, that availability check will be copied here. Then you can maintain instead of putting like those timings, you can put like 5 days, 10 days, or not also. How much time it will take to get the product into the plant.
Okay, total.
So, total. So that will consider the by availability check to determine the dates. Okay.
So does this overtakes the previous screen? So
you'll take the overtake. Yeah, we'll maintain either one, not both.
Okay. So I can maintain GR processing in house or just this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We have strategy group, right? Here I did not maintain here. So strategy group also important for make to stock or make to order and everything. Based on this one, the requirement type will be determined for the requirement class.
That's a make to order or a make to stock.
It's the same thing. Whatever you learn earlier, exactly the same thing. No difference here.
Okay.
So far, only difference is enable that advanced ATP.
Right.
From the configuration perspective. Then if you go and check the inventory, so you can see 100 quantity, I reserved a 5 quantity. Somehow it did not reduce the quantity here. Okay, that I need to take a look. Okay, just posted. Anyway, we are going through the standard scenario for now. One thing, same thing earlier. You know, RRP transaction APO, right? So similar transaction ECC is the CO09 to check the ITP 09. CO09.
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 Okay.
Where you can see the ATP overview. Okay.
Okay.
Here you can see total stock. Okay. 100 is available. Total cumulative stock.
Okay.
Let's create the sales order.
Yeah.
Our document type is GOR, sorry, not GOR. And which customer it is. And let me check. Go to claim living. Okay. So 10,050. The one. So material 199. The quantity 10 quantity I'm giving, for example. Plant is determined. If you go and see the headline quantity, this 10 is confirmed. Today is already right, that's why it is pushing to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here, this is the normal screen, ECC side. But if you see APO side, it is screen totally different, right? So if you see ATP quantities here, you can see this simulation requirement.
Okay.
10 quantity. You can see the complete delivery or delivery proposal.
Okay.
If you continue the scope object from here itself, you can see what are the elements that are included, which we discussed earlier. Then continue. It will be unconfirmed. So it is unconfirmed. Okay, so I need to continue here. Complete delivery. 10 points. Say, for example, if I increase the quantity, like 110, we have only 100 on hand, right?
Right.
So 100 is confirming. So we included the incoming elements, supplying elements, but we did not create any PO or PR so far. So there is no incoming elements to fulfill remaining 10 also.
So if I have selected, like, let's say production order, and if I had a production order of 10,
it will confirm. Just I will refer that. Or if you have any PR or PO in place or STR, just I will refer. If those are included in the scope.
Scope of check, yeah. Yep.
So this is at the sales order level. Okay. Somehow this reservation is not working, but I can show you how to create reservation. Okay. So we use MB21 transaction, and the movement type is 201. Cost center. Give the material. I'm giving like 10 quantity. I'm giving 15 quantity for the reservation. You can see here availability overview. So I think this is the reason. See, system is trying to check the ATP at the checking rule 03 level. We don't have it. Okay. Let us create. I think this could be the problem. If you go to defining scope of check, right? Here we have availability check and scope of check. Here
03 is not there.
03 is not there. No. Checking rule, sorry. system is referring 03 for the reservation. Okay.
Hmm.
And we can define one. Zero. Okay. Now we can do cost center material T15. If we go to availability overview, so here directly we're able to come here. So let us save it. Okay, how it works. If there is any issue, then I can fix it. So post it now. MMDA. See, still undershare stock is not reduced. Not correct.
Yeah.
Reservation stock is showing 25, but still undershare stock is showing same, which is incorrect.
Yeah, so I have to look into this.
This we'll check it. So any questions so far, Rahman sir?
No. So this stock needs to be reduced. That is what we have to look, right? Why is it not
Correct,
reduced?
that we have to look.
Okay. But till now it's fine.
Yeah. So next session we'll take this reservation, the stock transfers also.
Okay. Yeah, we
Then
can
we'll
stop
see.
for today.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to you next week, Himanshu.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
इसको बोल देना बस किसी करेक्शन गलती वो कर देगा उसके पास क्लास होता है वो जो भी इतना भी कोई बोल मैक्सिकन हो गया वो